Real talk here. Functional fitness works, but a lot of people are doing it in ways that make it boring, ineffective, or just not sustainable. So, we're not going to reinvent the wheel today. We're going to redefine it. We're going to dive into 3 ways to make your training not just more effective, but way more exciting. So, tune in and take notes.
Welcome to the CrossFit Edwardsville Community Podcast, where we hear and learn from our coaches, CrossFitters, and Glen Ed community leaders. Now, here are your hosts, Dallas and Greg.
In this episode, I'm talking about how you can take your functional fitness training and dial it up, make it better than it is, because I've been in the functional fitness space for about 2 decades now, and there's definitely ways of doing it wrong and ways of doing it that make it exciting and effective. And I want to share some of those ways with you in this series. This is the first episode in the series. Let's dive into it. I got 3 points I want to talk about in this episode. But I'm calling this series 3 Ways to Do Functional Fitness Better. This is part 1. So my first bullet point, the first thing I want to talk about in ways to make your functional fitness journey better: train with a purpose. Train with a purpose. Train with a purpose, not just a whiteboard. Too many athletes chase the workout of the day without intention. The best training that you can do has progressions, cycles, skill focus, measurable goals, baselines, and retests. Instead of, for example, random barbell cycling, if you train an actual lifting progression for 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, you can watch your confidence and performance skyrocket. I've said this before, I'll say it again, that random workouts produce random results. And even CrossFit, the sport of constantly varied functional movement at high intensity, should not be random. You should have a goal each month, a lift, a skill, a capacity target. Having some target to hit gives you focus and intention and purpose to your daily training. And you should have one. That's my first point. Train with a purpose, not just a whiteboard. Point number 2. I like to say it this way: make training an event, not a chore. Energy drives consistency. You've heard me say this before. I'll say it again. Your energy drives consistency. People don't necessarily quit training that's hard. They quit training that's boring. Excitement is an important piece of this, an important piece of your longevity in the activity. And this could be through the music and the vibe, where in the room in CrossFit Edwardsville, we set the tone kind of like competition, and it creates a vibe. The music drives some energy. Having team or partner workouts can help too, because the shared suffering also builds motivation. And having mini challenges, such as our October wall ball challenge, our Rowvember challenge that we're doing in the month of November, getting ready for the 12 days of thankfulness, the 12 days of Christmas, the CrossFit Open, having these mini challenges, these 4-week challenges that we do, it creates an atmosphere that matters more than fancy programming. I might even put it this way: the best gym in the world isn't necessarily the biggest. It's the one that makes you want to show up, and the energy, the vibe, the feel of the room is a big, big part of that. That's my second point. So point 1, train with a purpose, not just a whiteboard. Point number 2, make training an event, not a chore. And my third point, build longevity into the system. This is one of my favorite topics. Too often, your functional fitness becomes functional breakdown, especially if you're one of the folks that believes that more is always better. More is not always better. Better is better. This might look a few different ways, by the way. There's a few ways that this can manifest. The first is that you want to have movement quality before load. Put the ego on the shelf. Smart training produces better results. Smart recovery, prioritizing mobility, prioritizing sleep, having deload weeks also really helps. Here at CrossFit Edwardsville, it's actually built into every training session that we do stretching, we do mobility, in a purposeful, intentional, and activity-specific way so that we know that we have properly prepared our bodies for activity before going into doing that activity. That is a longevity, health, wellness prioritization that makes a big difference. We want to have adaptability, but you want to be training in a smart way that allows you to adapt, not just today, but over the long term in positive ways. We should be all of us training not just the next hour, but for the next decade. You can think of your body like your equipment. If you don't maintain it, it won't last. If you don't take care of your engine and do regular, oil changes, if you don't do regular maintenance on tire pressure and tire rotation, if you don't maintain your stuff, it won't last. You have to build longevity into the system. And one of the ways that we can make that easier for you is that we have the whole thing mapped out for you. We'll actually take you through your warm-up, take you through your stretching, give you these specific percentages for training today, here, this week, and we'll build it over time so you have a safe progression towards your best self. It's built in. All you have to do is show up, and we'll actually do all this for you as coaches at CrossFit Edwardsville. So to wrap up what we've talked about here today, first, train with a purpose. Second, make it fun and social. Number 3, build for the long haul. These are the takeaways from today's session. I'll also leave you with this thought that we're not just doing burpees and barbells here at CrossFit. We're building a body that can do life better. Maybe you need that. You may not need a new program. You just need a better approach. And hopefully, you've gotten some ideas about how to do that in this episode. Hey, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Can't wait to see you guys in the next episode, part 2 of the series. So talk soon.
Thanks for listening to my dad's podcast. For more useful tools and guidance, go to CrossFitEdwardsville.com and feel free to like, share, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comment sections down below. See you in the next episode.